Welcome back to Football Daily. We're talking the Champions League groups E to H. Yeah. So should we talk about E? Because E is a tricky group. It's got Manchester City in there. It's got Bayern Munich. It's got Roma. It's got CSKA Moscow. That is a great group. Group of
death, would you say?
I was going to say group of quality. Bayern Munich are going to
get straight
out.
Yeah. I reckon they'll be top. I think that Pep's finally getting his thoughts across to the players. Xabi Alonso coming in. Obviously, he's doing very well for them.
Controversial.
You got Mario Götze that's sort of coming alive again, scored at the weekend. You got Ribery, Robin, Muller, Lewandowski. There's too much quality there for me, for Bayern Munich not to be top of the group.
Options.
Lots of options.
But by contrast, I mean, there's the likes of Roma in there and CSKA Moscow, who maybe people don't expect all that much from, but they're underestimating them if they think that.
I think City are the favourites to finish second, but they haven't performed as perhaps they should in Europe the last couple of seasons. Again, Roma, they were second last year, pushed Juventus for the title. CSKA, obviously the Russian champions. So I think it's going to be a fight for second place. I don't think it's a foregone conclusion. I don't even think first is a foregone conclusion because City could finish above Bayern, but I think for me it's going to be Munich and then City.
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because City obviously started so poorly in the Champions League in the new era that it kind of defined part of what they were about then. And now they're changing that with Pellegrini, but people still underestimate them in the Champions League.
Yeah, I think so. They look very, very solid against Arsenal in the first half. They looked like they were in absolute control.
Yeah.
Defensively, they were just hitting Arsenal on the break, left, right and centre. If they can pull that out, Silva off Aguero, very dangerous combination. I think that they could, I think they will probably finish second. Roma, they've got a lot to focus on in the league. Everyone's saying it's their league, their season to win Serie A, and I think it's a good chance for them to do that.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll be too focused on the league, you know, too many games midweek with whatever. So I reckon City will be second.
Let's talk F.
Ajax, Apoel, Barcelona, PSG, Paris Saint-Germain.
PSG, Barcelona, top two.
You feel sorry for Ajax, don't you?
You do, yeah. They're consistently getting difficult groups in the Champions League. If you look over the past 5 years, you're getting the likes of AC Milan when they were good, Barcelona. They've met them a number of times.
Yeah.
They haven't made out of the group stages since 2006, like you say, and they've really struggled. So again, it's tough for them to compete against, you know, Barcelona and PSG with their endless sort of money. But
Ajax have chosen to go down that route. They want to prove it. I think everyone likes that project, don't they? Because it's not big spending, it's bringing their youth through,
nice.
It's making nice football.
Daley Blind's going to be a massive loss for them.
yeah,
Player of the season in the Eredivisie last year, and he's now playing for Man United. So it's a big loss for them, and I think that the ball's just got to get that blend right again. It's going to take them a few games, but you'd hope that they go for the Europa League and then they really give it a go there. I want to see more teams doing that, so they can get the Champions League now, can't they, if you win the Europa League? So hopefully it will become a bigger competition.
it'd be interesting to see how Barcelona perform, because I think we were saying last week they have underperformed in Europe the last few years, or not quite gone as far as you'd expect them to. But I think you'd have to see them finishing first. When Suarez comes back, they're going to have a very strong front line. You already saw Neymar and Messi at the weekend really clicking, so when Suarez comes in, it could be deadly. PSG finished second, but like you say, Ajax finished third, you'd expect, above Apoel. So they could, like you say, go to Europa League and hopefully they can do something there.
Let's talk about G.
Yeah.
Let's talk G.
Easy group for Chelsea again.
Chelsea. Yeah, it is. I mean, it looks straightforward, but I mean,
you could potentially see Sporting being the team that's going to come out and maybe come second. Schalke got absolutely trounced by Mönchengladbach at the weekend. They lost 4-1, and it just looks like Schalke are the players that they need to be fit aren't fit at the moment. Like Draxler's still, you know, just come back from injury. Same with Huntelaar, and they look, without those two players,
they look flat.
They look flat. Same with Max Meyer. He's injured as well, or he's off the, you know, he's out of favour, and he needs to come back in for them to become what everyone expects Schalke to be, a German powerhouse. So you're going to see, I reckon Chelsea are going to absolutely walk this. Fabregas, Costa, saying about the Premier League, going to dominate Europe as well, I'd say.
Chelsea just against a lot of teams that look relatively blunt in that sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think you look at Chelsea last season, they got to the semis and it wasn't a vintage Chelsea team. This season looking a lot stronger already, so you'd expect them to do maybe the same, or at least maybe go to the final. So Schalke, like you're saying, they're not firing all cylinders. Last season they got absolutely hammered by Real Madrid, didn't they? Weak defensively. So I think it will be between them and Sporting for second place, and unfortunately Maribor are probably going to finish bottom.
Group H. Athletic Bilbao. Everyone likes the project at Atletico Bilbao.
Yeah, they've got a very fun side. Porto again had a lot of players come in and out this summer, but I can see them, they've made some good signings. I can see them probably coming second in the group to Bilbao, you'd say, potentially, with obviously Shakhtar, Donetsk. There's a a lot of trouble in the Ukraine, so it's going to
Yeah.
be difficult for them to use their home advantage, you know, to win, to get the points there, really. 'Cause
It's a weird one, Shakhtar, isn't it? Because they were a good team for a while. They've had quite a few of their good players taken away, and quite a few players have kind of refused or unhappy to go back there because it is
a little bit dangerous.
It's a political place right now. It's a lovely ground.
It's a lovely, lovely ground, and it's getting ruined at the moment.
What a waste.
What a waste.
That's why I like the Champions League, because you go on little trips to places like Donetsk. Do you know what Shakhtar means?
Workers.
The miners of.
The miners of.
Yeah.
Close.
Don't tell me you don't learn something when you watch this show.
Knowledge, mate. Knowledge.
Knowledge, yeah. Thank you very much for watching our E to H preview of the Champions League. Let us know who you think is going to go through in the comments below. Until next time, that's Champions League football.